Alright folks, we're throwing it back to one of the most iconic teams in football history. The 16-17 Real Madrid squad. Yep, BBC is back.
Bruh.
And hey, I don't mean it that way. I want this video to get monetized. Bale, Benzema and Cristiano. And we're taking over EFC 25 career mode. The mission, to win everything that we can get our hands on, especially that sweet Champions League trophy. Now, if you remember, this Real Madrid side wasn't just good, they were historic. Under Zidane, they became the first team in modern history to win back-to-back Champions Leagues. They bagged the Liga title and wrapped up the season with a total of 4 trophies. They had the depth, flair, power, and that never say die attitude that made them unstoppable. So our goal in this series is simple: to recreate their dominance. We're talking La Liga, we're going for it. Copa del Rey, give me that Champions League, the big one. Can we match their legacy or maybe even surpass it? Sit back, relax, and join me as we try and bring the glory days back to the Bernabeu in FC 25. Let's go. Alright, we have the one and only Zinedine Zidane, who's in the building. He's going to be our manager for this career mode, obviously. The man that got Real Madrid 3 Champions Leagues in a row. Let's see if we can get it this career mode. And of course, for the objectives, we pretty much have to win every single competition that we're in. Of course, it's one of the greatest Real Madrid teams of all time, so that's obviously destined to happen. Welcome, let's meet the team, lads. And of course, it wouldn't be this team without BBC, Ronaldo, Benzema and Bale. These 3 have no introduction, I'm just going to leave it there. And then we've got this formidable midfield trio of Kroos, Modric and Casemiro, all elite in their own right. Just picture Kroos as the soccer or European football version of a quarterback, and then picture Modric as the all-action, all-encompassing midfielder that likes to control games and influence games, and then Casemiro is that big physical presence, the destroyer, and also had a bit of tech as well and could score the odd banger here and there. Check out the centre-back pairing of Sergio Ramos and Rafael Varane. Ramos was pretty much the aggressive, the old leader, compassing, demanding centre-back that will give you that winning goal, and Rafael Varane was just that athletic kind of stopper defender that you just couldn't run past. And they have the attacking fullbacks of Carvajal and Marcelo being one of the greatest left backs of all time, has more tech than majority of wingers that have ever played the game. And they have Dani Carvajal, so well rounded, so good that even to this day he still plays for Real Madrid. And then we have Keylor Navas, who's pretty much one of the most underrated goalkeepers of all time. Alright, so let's look at the bench. So we have backup goalkeeper Kiko Casilla, and then we have one of the most graceful wonder kids, Mr. Isco Disco. It's a shame he couldn't submit his time in Real Madrid. And then we've got Morata. I don't know why he's got this random face of some black dude. And then we've got Pepe as well. When you know a defender like him is on the bench, you know how good the squad is. And also an 85 rated James Rodriguez as well. He's also on the bench. And yo, even the reserves are pretty good. They got Fabio Contrao. This Tejero guy, I don't really know him very well. They got Mariano. To be honest, he's one of the most out of place players I've ever seen. And to be honest, I still can't believe that he actually got the number 7 shirt after Ronaldo left. That was a disgrace. Current Real City midfielder Kovacic they had back in the day, and then I have Fernandes and also Danilo as well. 2 good utility players to have. But we've actually got a twist for this episode. We have decided to actually use Zinedine Zidane's region. It just makes sense, simply because we're using Zidane as the manager, we had to retire him in order for him to be the manager. So obviously you know how regions work. When we retire a player, you can get their regions. Why not get Zinedine Zidane's region to make our squad even stronger and give that more attacking firepower to our squad? Yeah, once we got him straight away, we decided to also put him on the left wing, simply because he has those attributes. He's lightning quick, 96 pace, 92 dribbling. Plus there's too much depth in midfield as well, so we just won't get enough game time. Alright, so the first game of the season up against Atlanta in the UEFA Super Cup. First chance to win our first trophy, already up and running. The UEFA Super Cup looking nice and pretty in the Stadium Europa. Let's get it on. 10 minutes in, Sergio Ramos plays it to the feet of Modric, miscontrols it, But Benzema fights back, and then they lose the ball carelessly. Modric plays it through to Van Bale, who's through on goal, and makes it easy for the keeper to save it. Right, Zappacosta of Atalanta plays it for their left winger, I think, or the midfielder, plays it to the feet of Lookman. Lookman does a lovely turn back to Zappacosta again. He's looked to go on through on goal. Varane, can he catch up with him? Or Sergio Ramos, lovely tackle, the Spaniard. Right, Atalanta on the ball again. The Catarate on the ball, tries to get past our midfield in the defense. Lovely block from Sergio Ramos, but they still have it. Tried to look for the other teammate, but we got it again. Ronaldo trying to make a run, look for Benzema, and then Benzema picks out a lovely ping pass to find Bale on the far right hand side. And we all know what he can do, utilizing that speed and acceleration. Tries to play a low cross, but I don't know what the hell Ronaldo was doing, just didn't bother to get there. But Ronaldo has it again. He lays it off to find Marcelo, who's on the far left hand side, but there's no one in the box, so he looks to be patient, cuts it back, then he whips it in again to find Benzema, who's on the edge of the box. Then he looks for Bale, who's unmarked, and then 1-0 in the 55th minute against Inter Milan. We all knew how good Bale was, especially when it comes to scoring major goals in key competitions, so hopefully this will be the first of many this season. Alright, Modric on the ball now, plays it to find Cruz loses it, but Casemiro is there, finds Ronaldo plays it to field Benzema, looks for Bale again, tries to toe poke it, but good save from the keeper. And then there you go, lads, first trophy in the bag, hopefully the first of many. Hopefully there's like 6 trophies in total that we can possibly win this season, so let's see how many we'll be able to win. But again, it's nice for our morale, it's nice for the team spirit to go off with a bang, getting our first trophy of this season. And look how good Sergio Ramos. Right, so it's the first game of the La Liga season, and we're up against RCD Mallorca, who are actually doing alright in real life. I think they're like mid-table in real life. But yeah, all I can say about them is that it's a great holiday destination for us Brits to go clubbing and that. So that's all I can say. Let's beat them. Alright, so Mallorca on the ball now. Valerie on the right hand side, tries to play it back, but Modric always has it covered. Lays off to find Casemiro, first touch to find Cruz lays it off to find Carvajal, finding the feet of Bale turns around, but it's tackled. And then Mallorca look to go on the counter attack with their winger Chiquinho just going on the left, trying to outpace Carvajal tries to find their striker, but missed. But we have it now. Gareth Bale looks to be devastating, looks to weave in and out, trying to kind of drift centrally, and he finds Carvajal, who's unmarked, picks up Ronaldo, and that's a terrific header. The first of many that we're going to see from this guy, guaranteed. We all know what this guy's about. Good ball from Carvajal, and when it comes to heading, there's no one better than CR7. Isco looks to play the ball towards Zidane's region, who's very well isolated against their fullback, but he plays it back inside to find Casemiro, looking for Ronaldo, lovely step over, and he tries to force the keeper to make another save. And then they try to put a pathetic clearance, but lovely touch from Zidane's region, just like the man himself, and they're able to just body him, but they couldn't. He just blitzed past him like he's not even there, looking to cut inside, places his feet of Ronaldo, and then Ronaldo shimmies away from the defender, and he slots it in with his left foot, making it a brace on his La Liga debut. It's just satisfying to see him back in Real Madrid colours. That was the best version of Ronaldo, and rightly so. We ended up winning our first game 2-0, comfortable. Didn't do anything crazy, but we just securely got the win and won comfortably. And that's how we're going to do it. If we're going to win all these trophies, we just have to comfortably beat the teams we're expected to beat. Alright, next game is against Real Betis, who are bossing it in real life in La Liga at the moment. You could even get Champions League football. Check out that Ronaldo tifo, and it's just lovely to see the whole traditional squad getting together for this fixture. Okay, so Real have it. They actually got Richarlison, a new signing, but Varane fouled him. Don't know why that's a yellow card. That's a little bit soft, ref. But then the Benzema played it to find Bale, who's making a run in behind, who looks to be a throw on goal, and he lays it off to find Ronaldo. So unselfish of him. And Ronaldo has already got 3 goals in the league, and there's only been two games already, just on a goal scoring rampage on the get-go, and easy finish tucked in. Okay, Richarlison out wide, looking to cut inside, looking to find people on the box. Lo Celso looking to shoot with that left foot, but comfortable save for Navas. And then Casemiro on the ball, Looks for Isco. Isco likes to do twinkly feet, do step overs, but that's a good challenge. And Casemiro has the ball again, finding Isco again, looking for Benzema to make that run in behind. He can't look to be through on goal, but it was kind of too late with that block. Tries to get it again, but they sort it out. Rude does a few step overs, finding Casemiro, plays it to the feet of Isco. Isco looking to find Lucas Vazquez, and check this goal out. Unbelievable techers from CR7. This guy's just spoiling us at this moment in time, and we've only just started the season. Guys, forget the importance of the goal. Which was better, this one or the goal he scored in real life against Juventus in, I think, the Champions League semi or quarterfinals? Robertis have it in the 79th minute. Richarlison on the ball. Lovely piece of skill to get past Casemiro. Plays it back to the feet of Richarlison. Looks to shoot from range, forcing a save. And then Garcia on the ball now, looking to play Richarlison through on goal. But Pepe, lovely back heel to find the 1-2, but the goalkeeper has it. Even more interesting game, especially with the quality of the goals that were scored. And what more can I say about CR7? There's going to be just a goal montage of him in this video. Alright guys, you know what time it is. It's the Champions League, the reason why we're here, and it's what we aspire to win with this Real Madrid side. And of course, our first game of the season, I think, is in the Bernabeu. And we're not going to be tested too much. We're going to be up against FC Frankfurt from the Bundesliga, so this should be a decent fixture. For us. Alright, so Benzema, ball being played to through Benzema. Benzema's through on goal. He gets past the defender, but he wasn't able to get past the goalkeeper. And then Cruz is actually on the left wing position, tries to look for Benzi, and how does he miss that? Absolute sitter. Frankfurt have now got a penalty after 40 minutes in. Are they going to put it away with Undorf to take it? And he does, right into the top corner. No one's saving that. And they're 1-0 up, which is not ideal for this start in the Champions League. Man's flexing his muscles like he's Akinfenwa. And then Pepe, who's in a left wing position. I don't know what the hell he's doing there. And then Toni Kroos plays it to the feet of Isco, plays it back to Kovacic. Then he looks for Benzema, who's in a good position. He's through on goal, comfortably puts us back into the game. 72nd minutes in. Can we get a comeback? Not comeback, or can we get a victory in this game? Ball being played to Dimitrovic. He looked to be thrown goal. Fantastic save. And it ended up being 1-0. Not ideal for a team like Real Madrid up against the likes of Frankfurt. It's not ideal result to be in. But there's still loads of games to turn the occasion around. So it is what it is. Good to see Benzema getting his first goal. Alright, only 7 games in, and both Madrid teams, us and Atletico, are level on points with the exact same form, and we're both unbeaten. So if we continue at this rate, it's going to be a 2-horse race throughout the whole season. So yeah, I'm ready for this rivalry. And then sets us up perfectly in our next fixtures, which is up against Atletico away. Very fierce rivalry. It seems like it's going to be more of a fierce rivalry than the one that we have with Barcelona, which is quite refreshing for a change. It's a bit different. Alright, so Toni Kroos is on the ball now. Tried to tackle him, but actually able to dispossess him. Koke on the ball, looking for Drifton on the left hand side, looking to find Lindo in. Lovely through ball to find Griezmann. Good save from Navas. Llorente now looking to switch the play to find Lindo, but we have it again. And now Zidane's region is bombing down the right hand side, and he takes 2 players in and he cuts in, gets past Witsel like he's not even there, and he looks to be through, and then he cuts it in to find Benzema, but that was a tame finish on his left foot. And then finding Kroos again, Casemiro switches it again to find Rude again. When you're isolated with this guy, you don't want to be in that situation, but he looks to find Carvajal. Carvajal finds Benzema, plays it back to Modric. Surely he's going to score this. No, he doesn't. That was the wrong type of finish. Right, Modric has it now, plays it to find Carvajal, finding Zidane's region. He gets dispossessed. Alvarez is on the ball now. Looks to play it down the line to find Griezmann. Griezmann shoots, good save, but he wasn't able to get the rebound. And Atletico Madrid are 1-0 up. Rodrigo de Paul with a comfortable, easy goal. Modric plays it to find Carvajal, lays it off to find Zidane's region, flicks it to find Benzi. Benzi still got it, and he makes it 1-0, bringing it back and level on points, a level on goals with Atletico Madrid in this game. And I know this is going to be a terrific game. We just sense it. Casemiro just bullying Griezmann, and then Modric plays it to the feet of Benzi, lays it off to find Rude, gets blocked. Ronaldo shimmies away from the defender and makes it 2-1. Kind of like a signature move now. But yeah, good block, and then Ronaldo just puts it onto his left foot. He's more than comfortable on both feet, and again, I think he scored like 3 goals like this already. And Atletico straight from kickoff plays it to the feet of Koke. Koke looks to find Griezmann's feet. Griezmann just shimmies past Varane like he's not even there. And check this strike out. Unbelievable goal. Unbelievable finish. It's kind of embarrassing how we're able to let them score so easily soon after kickoff. But you can't deny the brilliance of that goal. Varane, what was he doing? But check out this strike of a left foot. I did not expect him to just shoot from there. I think he's right-footed, by the way. So that, yeah, that's even his left foot. But crazy goal. Lino now chasing after the ball, looking to cut back inside, looking for the ball. The ball lays it off to find Koke. Koke plays it to the feet of Gallagher, forcing a save from Navas. Alvarez now on the right-hand side, on the right. Looking to get past Modric, plays it back to Correa, finding a 1-2 between the two forwards. And then Alvarez looking to play a through ball to find Griezmann. What a save from Navas, and another save from Navas to make sure that we still keep a point in this tie. In the dying moments of the game, Isco tries to look for somebody. Modric plays it back to Isco again, finding Bale. Then he finds Ronaldo in space, but comfortable save for the keeper. And then Ronaldo's stolen the ball again, but again saved it. And it ends up being 2-2. That was one of the most entertaining games of the episode so far. Quality goals and some dramatic moments. A solid display from both of the teams. Alright, back to the Champions League, lads, and we're going to be up against Borussia Dortmund away. Borussia are a weird team. Sometimes they turn up, sometimes they're horrendous. So let's see how it goes. Ball being whipped to find Vola, and great save. And then the prolific clearance from Varane. And then we got look to whip it again from Bale. And then what was that header? Horrendous. And then penalty to find Vola. Vola goes right into the middle, hits the bar, but then Marlon was there to rebound it and to make it 1-0 against us in the Bernabeu. And then Bale on the ball, and he looks to find Ronaldo making a good run in behind, and surely he's got to finish this. The keeper saved it. That's unlike him. And then Marlon plays it to the feet of Vola. Vola still on the ball now. I don't know what kind of defending this is. We're just making him look like Lionel Messi. He was never known for dribbling like this, and he scores a terrific goal. Unbelievable defending from us. What was that? Seriously, but he can't knock his finish. And then Bale is comfortably through on goal, and he gives us deficit to make it 2-1. But I don't know if it's too late because we only have less than 10 minutes left. And yeah, it was first defeat of the season, not ideal, in the Champions League as well. Next up, we have our first El Clasico of the season in La Liga. Real Madrid up against Barcelona. They have such a talented squad for today, and we have such a talented squad for 2017. Let's see who goes on top. Okay, so Marilla is on the ball at this moment in time on that left hand side. Plays it back to the feet of Forlan. Forlan tries to play 1-2 with Omar, but almost intercepted by Carvajal, but he finds Murillo back again. Murillo looks to whip it in, but he finds it Forlan, and the volley just goes wide. And then Barcelona got it again. Forlan, lovely skill move, and a nice 1-2 between Omar. Popped it off this time, looks to shoot from range, forces a save. Murillo gets back in again, plays it to find Omar again, is blocked. And then we've got it again. And then Modric looking to just drive with it and just progress the ball, finding Benzi now driving, and he looks to find Coentrao, and he looks to whip it in first time. Ronaldo almost scored another spectacular overhand. Bale on the right hand side looks to get past the fullback Martin like he's not even there, and he looks to bomb, utilizing that 95 sprint speed. And he looks to find Benzema. Benzema tries to toe poker, hit the post, save. And then Benzema has got it again, looking to play Bale, who's throwing goal, and he gets past him with ease. Surely he's going to finish this. No, what kind of finish is that? And how was he not able to get the rebound? What a heavy touch. And then Murillo on that left hand side, just constantly going at it against the right hand side of our defense. Seems like Casemiro is the weak point, according to him. And then he looks to whip it in, looks for Rafinha, and he ends up scoring. He's been so quiet in this game, and he just pops off with a goal. That sums him up as a player. The dude just knows how to score a goal in the right moments at the right times. Put Coentrao didn't even attempt to defend that cross. Benzi's on the ball on the left hand side, and then he's tackled well by Carlos Alberto, what a legendary player. And then Diego Forlan drifting on the right hand side, and he does a Beckham-esque pass, switching the play to the left hand side. And then he lets to get past Carvajal. He's had an awful game, and then he cuts inside, and then he hits the post. We have got away with that one. Toni Kroos on the ball, looking to find Ronaldo, and he gets taken out. Obviously, him being Ronaldo scoring all the time, he's going to be targeted, but that was a clumsy challenge from Frankie de Jong. That is well deserved. Okay, ball being played to find Varane. Varane plays it to the feet of Modric. Modric looking for Benzema. Benzema finds Bale, who's in a good position, and he slots it in to make it 1-1, giving us back level in the tie of this El Clasico in the Bernabeu. And it ends up being 1-1. Still very eventful game. Maybe not as good as the Atletico match, but still all the big games so far have not disappointed us. Alright guys, we're just approaching the halfway mark in the season, and still Atletico and Real Madrid and us Real Madrid are level on points, 42, and we've got the exact same record, and we're still unbeaten. Have you ever seen a two-horse race so competitive like this one? So yeah, I'm really enjoying the battle that both Real Madrid teams are having at the moment. But now next up, we're focused on the Supercopa semi-finals, and we're going to be up against Mallorca. So yeah, this time it's at home, it's in the Bernabeu, so this should be even a more easier fixture. Obviously we've got the likes of Morata and Asensio, players that don't usually start. We kick off, keeper goes out, and then Casemiro wins it, and then check this flick out from Isco, absolute tactician, and then Asensio on the ball, plays it to the feet of Morata, good save, and then Ronaldo on the ball, look to drive, running into space, and he looks to shoot from range, but it's tackled, and then we tackle it again, and Isco's in the goal scoring position, and he comfortably puts it and makes it 1-0 in the 26th minute. And look at Zidane, and then Ramos all isolated with Valerie, and then looks to whip it in, but plays it back to the fullback, which is a bit weird. They look to dribble, have a go at us, and then they look to get the save, and the water save from Navas, and then Valerie looks to find their number 10, plays it to Morales on the edge of the box, looks to shoot from range, tame finish. And then Dada again. These guys are having a go ever since we conceded. It's been they've created a lot of chances. He's through on goal, and he looks to slot it in to make it 1-1. It's not ideal to concede to a team like Mallorca, but that was a well worked goal. The way of the through ball was perfect, and it's a solid finish. And Isco could have a go, place it to the feet of Ronaldo. Ronaldo for some reason didn't shoot, but gave it to Morata. That's so unlike him. And then Valerie again, looked to play to the feet of Lauren. Lauren looks in a lovely ball route, he's through on goal, looks to shoot, but what was that finish? No composure at all. And then Marcelo looks to whip it in to find Ronaldo, but then Zidane's region didn't shoot, instead he's just drifting a while on the left hand side. He looks to whip it in to find Ronaldo. Ronaldo didn't jump for some reason. Casemiro plays it to the feet of Isco. Isco looking for options, then he finds Marcelo. Marcelo tries to shoot from the edge of the box, but it falls to Benzema, and he makes it 2-1. And again, Mr. Benzi, he's not scoring as much as Ronaldo and Bale in this save, but boy does he get some big goals for us. I'm telling you, just very lucky for that fliction, just go straight to him, and of course he ain't gonna miss that. And it ends up being 2-1, and we're through to the next round of the Supercopa. Alright, surprise, we're in another Clasico for the final of the Supercopa, Barca against Real Madrid. I'm not sure which place we actually are in order to actually do the final. I'm not sure where this is, and obviously Diego Forlan has been repping it, 2 goals in his previous match, so we have to watch out for him in this final. Alright, we got it now. Bale just on the outside of the box, forcing the keeper to make a save 7 minutes in, and then Diego Forlan drifting on the right hand side, and look at that piece of skill, unbelievable, crazy roulette. And then he looks to cut inside, looking for Dani Olmo, forcing the save from Navas, and then we got it on, Barca got it on the right, Pedri on the ball, Danilo trying to go after him, but he just blitzed past him with ease, cuts it back inside to find Dani Olmo, looking for Diego Forlan, twisting turns, another save. Barca been all over us in the first half. They whip it again, we win it, looking for Vasquez to kind of get it again. Yes, Bale now starts the counter, he gets past Christensen, and he gets past him again as Christian tries to get back at him, just uses that strength extremely well. And he looks for Ronaldo, who's through on goal. He stops, looks for the regen, forces him to make a save. Gotta put that away. Vasquez on that left hand side, looking for Ronaldo, tries to look for the regen again because he was no man's land. Zidane's regen turns and twists away, and he wins a free kick in a dangerous area for Ronaldo to take it to see if he can score his first free kick of the season. A bit close. So the game ended up finishing 0-0 in 90 minutes. Alright, 97 minutes passed. Isco tried to look for Ronaldo again, but he actually won it back. Fair play to him. And then Benzema, who's a bit injured, gets pulled away from De Jong. And De Jong, every time he plays against us, he's been dirty as hell. And this time, he gets sent off, rightfully so. Like, what's up with him? Modric looks for Cruz. Cruz looks to shoot from outside of the box, forcing another save from Courtois. Barcelona got a corner, they're going to take it short. Rafinha looks to whip it in, tries to find Yamal, but it's got rid of. Diego Forlan looks to find Yamal, is saved again, but then Yamal comes up with the rebound and he ends up securing Barcelona potentially the trophy of the season, the Super Copa trophy, and we weren't able to get back, and it was too late, and we lost the final in the Super Copa. But I'm not too disheartened. We've got better and bigger trophies to win. But fair play to Barcelona. I'll admit they were the better team. And what the hell is going on? Why are they lifting air instead of the trophy? I think the trophy's on the floor and they're lifting air. Yo, what are these Barca players on? Right, with only 2 Champions League games left, you could safe to say that we've pretty much secured our place in the Champions League knockout rounds. And then for the Copa de Espana, we're up against Cadiz CF, so we should comfortably be able to get past this one. I'm not sure if they're in La Liga. Alright, Isco plays a lovely ball over the top to find Marco Asensio. He's on the right, and he's going to look to find Morata, who's through on goal. He ain't going to miss this comfortable goal. It only took until the 79th minute, so they held us off very well, but they've got a free kick in the 81st minute. He plays it back to their centre-back. And then Cadiz looking for the midfield, moving the ball very well. Compo, he's in acres of space, actually goes for it, forces Courtois to make a save, and that's pretty much the end of the game. Very, very routine victory, not many much happened. And then now we're actually second place after 21 games, so we're actually 3 points behind Atletico Madrid. And to be fair, they're 1 game ahead of us. So we need to kind of cement some more wins. We play some more games so we can get some wins and catch up with Atletico. In this game against Espanyol, away again, a lot of away fixtures that we're having recently. And Casemiro plays it to the feet of Toni Kroos. Toni Kroos plays over the top to find Ronaldo, who's throwing goal, finesse shot into the top corner, unmarked. You are making yourself so vulnerable when you leave him like that. And they did the same thing again, and Ronaldo ended up scoring a sensational long shot from range. But then they've got a penalty in the 36th minute, and they made it 2-1, getting the goal back. All within the first half. Very eventful. Toni Kroos looks to whip it in to find Ronaldo again, but then he's there to hit the rebound as well, and he gets a hat-trick in this game. Of course, you expect someone like that, Ronaldo. He got a chance to score his 4th goal. Very close. Could you imagine if that went in? And again, another legendary performance from CR7. Again, not the best opposition in the world, but a hat-trick is a hat-trick. Next up, we're up against Valencia in the quarterfinals of the Copa de Espana, so our positions get a little bit more difficult now. And another away fixture that we're playing in to beat this opposition. Alright, Valencia have it now played, moving the ball quickly. Hwang Hee-chan gets blocked by Pepe. Ball being played over the top, but we get intercepted. And finding Modric. Modric plays it to find Vasquez, back to Modric again. He drives into the midfield, looking for Ronaldo. Ronaldo gets away from his defender and he's able to shoot, forcing him to shoot on his left foot. That's another save. Modric again, finding Vasquez, looking for Casemiro, back to Modric again. He's going to look for Ronaldo, who's in space. He's got to put this away. Yo, Roddy, what was that? Ball over the top to find Marco Asensio. He plays Morata through for own goal. He ain't going to miss this. Getting all the easy chances. And we end up winning 1-0 against Valencia. Comfortable victory. We are now more than halfway through the season, and it's still no loss between us and Atletico Madrid. Is this one of the greatest 2-horse races throughout the whole season. Imagine if there's a 2-horse race throughout the whole season and right until the end. What an eventful end that would be. And just as we've spoken about that, Real Madrid against Atletico take 2, but this time is in the Santiago Bernabeu. Can we get a victory? Carvajal looking for Modric. Modric plays it to the feet of Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale takes on the fullback, cuts inside, gets past him with ease, and he looks to find Benzema, who's through on goal, shields away from the defender, forces the keeper to make a save, and then he tries to go again for Bale. He wasn't able to get the rebound. Modric now looking for Cruz. Cruz looks to shoot from outside of the box. Deflection went in, and that's the first goal we've seen. I don't know if he's probably scored in the simulations, but hey, what a goal. Lovely to see a long shot go in, even though it's deflected. The switch of play all the way to find Llorente. Marcelo tries to intercept it. Casemiro again wasn't able to intercept it as well. Atletico Madrid keep going in, cut inside from Llorente. Llorente turns positions, forcing the keeper to make a save, and then Lindo comes up with the rebound and he's able to get Atletico back into it. Already 24 minutes in, Lamar on the ball again, looking for Lindo, who scored his first goal. But Gallagher's got feet apparently, and then he looks for Griezmann, crazy feet to just humiliate Varane, and he scores and makes it 2-1. What a game we're having at this moment in time. Okay, then Real Madrid have got it, looking for Casemiro. Casemiro plays it back to Toni Kroos. Toni Kroos looking to find Gareth Bale. He's just on the edge of the box, and what a strike. So much power. If you give him all that space, he's going to punish you with that insane long shots and shot power. That's what he does, man. Just a multifaceted. That was a deflection, but still, the power was enough to get the goal. Casemiro playing a 1-2 between Kroos. Another back to Casemiro. Kroos again plays it over the top, lays it off to find Benzi, and then Benzi makes it 3-2. We are gonna get a boring game between us and Atletico Madrid. It's impossible. And again, surprise, surprise, Benzema was the guy, was the hero again. In this episode, he's been the main guy to score clutch goals. He's not even scoring as many goals as Ronaldo and Bale, but he's the clutch man. That's what it seems like. All right, next up, the first leg of the semi-finals of the Copa de Espana against Girona, who were terrific maybe a few seasons back in the league, but maybe we'll put them back to earth. And then we got Gareth Bale, the talisman, 2 goals in his last games. Unreal for us. And then Modric looking for Gareth Bale, lovely turn, finding Modric again, plays it to the feet of Benzema. Great hold up play, looking for Kroos. Kroos plays it over the top to find Benzema. Benzema has it for some reason, and then Toni Kroos looks to shoot from outside the box, forcing the keeper to make a save. And then Bale plays it to Modric, who plays it back to Bale. Bale looking to find Casemiro, but that lane is blocked. And then Modric kind of twisting and turning, looking for options, finding Kroos. Kroos plays it to the feet of Gareth Bale. He's left a lot of space and he's able to shoot from outside of the box. I think they didn't expect him to shoot, that's why he was able to get that goal. And then Kroos on the ball now, looking for Ronaldo. Ronaldo turns away, shields it very well, backheels it to find Kroos, finding Casemiro, lays it off to Modric, who's in space, and he unleashes a rocket into the far bottom corner. We're being spoiled with some spectacular goals, aren't we? Nice to see Modric on the score sheet. I don't think I've seen him score in these matches. And then Mikovsky turns around, plays it to find Martin, forcing the save. And then Marcelo bombing down the wing on the left hand side, cut back, looking for Benzema. Benzi lays it off to find Kroos, plays it to the feet of Gareth Bale. Back to Kroos again, playing the 1-2 between the team. Bale utilizes that quick acceleration to get past the defender, and he's able to unleash another goal to make it 3-0 for Real Madrid, comfortably putting us ahead in the tie. And because we're 3-0 up in the second leg, I decided to simulate. There's no way they're going to score 4 goals. And yeah, we ended up winning 2-0, so we ended up winning 5-0 on aggregate. That was light work. And damn, look how the tables have turned now. We're now 25, 26 matches in, and Real Madrid has overtaken Atletico Madrid in the league. And Atletico have actually lost 2 games during that period so far, and we're still unbeaten. Can we keep this up? And look who we have in the Champions League semi-finals. Barcelona for the third time in this episode. Let's go bring it on. They took our Super Copa trophy away from us. We have to get our revenge, getting our Champions League trophy away from them. Let's go with it. Not off to a good start, as Diego Forlan was ticked to take the penalty, and he makes it 1-0, 12 minutes in. There's a corner for Luka Modric, plays it short to find Kovacic. Kovacic looking for options, back to Modric, looking to whip it to find Rue, and what was that header? But we got penalty, and Bale smashes it right into the top corner in the 45th minute, making it equal, penalty versus penalty. And then Morata finding Luka Modric right inside the middle, waiting for Carvajal to make a good run. Carvajal looking to find Gareth Bale, and Gareth Bale from a tight angle scores a crazy goal, smashing it right. Don't think the keeper expected it, and we ended up winning that first leg 2-1. I'm so proud of this victory, because as you guys saw, we had a lot of fringe players in this side. No Ronaldo, no Benzema, so very proud of that result. As for the second leg in the Bernabeu, we just have to comfortably defend our lead. And then Diego Forlan looking at press ball to find Rafinha. Rafinha gets past Sergio Ramos, looking to shoot with that left foot. We got it comfortably. Now we got penalty. Ronaldo is there to take it, to make sure we're 3-1 up on aggregate, make it comfortable. Don't know why Ronaldo's doing that celebration, but he is. And then Diego Forlan looking to twist and turn, plays it over the top to find him, but Garcia back to Rafinha again. Rafinha looking to find Ansu Fati, forced the keeper to make a save. Moreno gets there, but defended it well. Now Diego Forlan's got a penalty to take, and he goes the other way. But we still got that lead, that 3-2 lead. So we're still in the ascendancy, and we ended up winning the tie 3-2 on aggregate. This second leg game was boring as hell. It had 2 penalties, but who cares? It was all about that first heroic leg, with the fringe players in our team doing us proud. Just when I was fed up to play Barcelona, we're going to play them again in the final of the Copa de Espana. I could play these guys all night. Okay, free kick to Barcelona. Diego Forlan to take the free kick, skim past the bar. Casemiro plays it to Modric, who finds Cruz down the middle. Looks for options, plays it over the top to find Benzema. Benzema wins the flick on, and then Ronaldo shoots from outside the box, forcing the keeper to make a save. And then Cruz with the corner, whipped into the box to look for Varane. What kind of header was that? But Modric has it. Sergio Ramos looks for Cruz. Cruz cuts in, whips the ball into the box, and he finds Bale to make it 1-0. Pass was executed to perfection in that timed run. Diego Forlan plays it to Rafinha, looks for Olmo. Dani Olmo plays it back to Rafinha. Rafinha through on goal by another save from Navas. And then Modric plays it to find Carvajal. Wide option, but he goes back to Modric. Does the 1-2 between Benzema and Benzi's through on goal. And he scores another big goal that we've scored in this episode. That's all this guy does. He scores major big goals. Forget Ronaldo, forget for Bale. Benzi has to start in every single final. Morello on the ball, looking for Garcia, finding Diego Forlan. Diego Forlan plays the 1-2 between him and Olmo, and Forlan is through on goal. Keeper's forced to come out, but he just embarrasses him with an audacious chip to make the 2-1. Back in the game, back in business. What a game this is. What a game these always are between Barca and us. Very entertaining for you guys, but we end up winning the Copa de Espana, our second trophy on the map. Such a shame that we didn't, this isn't our third, but we still got the opportunity to win the Champions League and La Liga still. So the chance for to win a quadruple is still in contention. But hey, let's celebrate this trophy. Let's celebrate the Spanish version of the World Cup. And yes, we've actually got a trophy to lift this time compared to our arch rivals Barcelona when they won the Super Cup. We've actually got a trophy for my boy Sergio Ramos to lift and to celebrate. A more important trophy than just the Super Cup that you get from the start of the season. Alright, look who we're up against in the Champions League. We're up against Paris Saint-Germain, prime Paris Saint-Germain at this moment in time. Exceptional team under Luis Enrique. First leg is at the Santiago Bernabeu. Shout out to Figo and the Tifo in the comments right there. Not going to be easy. I mean, they've got a star-studded squad. They got Nesta as the captain, Donnarumma. So Laurent Blanc I just saw there as well. So, but we've got a star-studded squad too. So we're heading toe-to-toe in terms of like elite talent. But yeah, just look at that team. Imagine a defense of icons Nesta and Blanc, and then you got Frank Lampard and Camavinga in the midfield. What a team. Ball being whipped in to find Camavinga. Camavinga has the ball, plays it to find Barcola. Barcola tries to get past Varane. He's got past it easily, but the finish was so tame. But then Ronaldo looks to find Benzema, but Benzema looks to find Bale, using way more space up towards that right hand side. Keeps going, cuts, Ronaldo chops, looking for Benzema, but what the hell was that? Alright, we got a penalty in the 59th minute. CR7 to take it, and of course, he goes top bins, comfortable in all of these situations. He's always there for the semi-final occasion. And Zidane off to a good start. Corner being whipped in for PSG. We tried to clear away, but we failed. Mendes finding Vitinha, looks for Barcola, who's in space, and is able to finish it last minute, making them 1-1 between them in the tie. And it all comes down to the second leg. No advantages. We go and continue with this battle. Back in the Parc des Princes, it is literally all or nothing in this situation. Cristiano is going to end up being the top goal scorer at this rate. That's it. We were one step closer to achieving the trophy that we aim to get in this whole episode. Come on, let's get it, lads. All right, Dembele on the right hand side, looking to cut inside, lays it off to find Kolo Muani, who should be at Juventus. And then Dembele again looks to shoot from the box, hits the post, and then we got it now. Carvajal on the right hand side, finding Gareth Bale. Bale cuts in, of course, does a few ball rolls that are a bit unnecessary. Looks for Ronaldo. Ronaldo tries to turn away, but then he waits for Corin Trout. Corin Trout looking to find Bale, but it's blocked. Looking for Ronaldo again, but it's cleared away. Barcola now on the left hand side, running into space with Carvajal just behind him, looking to cut back inside, of course. Looking for Camavinga. It's a tame shot and double save from Navas. What a show he's having already, and he's only 30 minutes in. Corner to PSG, they've dominated. They've won it again. Dembele backheels it, moving the ball so quickly like a prime tiki-taka. Boom. Good save from Navas again. Another corner to them. Tries to look for Dembele. Dembele wins the header for Frank Lampard to keep the ball. Looking for Vitinha. Vitinha dribbling, running to space. Looking for Dembele again. Another block from our team. Defensive effort. It's so good. Carvajal, he's slightly injured, but he's still got it. Benzema on the ball. Benzi shields it well, finding Toni Kroos. Good build-up play from our team. Modric keeps it in play. Modric driving into space, looking for options, plays it to the feet of Ronaldo. Ronaldo tries to turn, but is dispossessed. But then Kroos finds Bale, who's through on goal. He's got to finish this. How the hell did he not finish that? That was a huge chance. And then Kolo Muani tries to do a skill move, and then Pepe is a rock at the back. But then PSG are just going at it consistently. They've got Julia, forgot to even mention at the start. Plays it off to find Mendes, flicks it on to find Kolo Muani, but that's a tame finish. Good effort though. Julia again finding Mendes. Mendes whoops it in to find Dembele. But what a save again! How is he making these saves? He's literally keeping us in the game. This keeper is ridiculous. And then Dembele again, blocked again from Ramos. And then Vitinha looking for Juli. Another save for Navas. If we go to the finals, it's because of this guy. I swear down. Marcelo on the left wing, looking for Zidane's reaching back to him again. Lovely 1-2 between the left-sided pair. And then Zidane lays it off to find Ronaldo. Tame finish. But then Dembele just driving constantly. He's still got so much in the tank. And then Ramos moves a 1-2 to Dembele, and then finally PSG end up scoring. Such a heartbreaking blow to us because time is running out to equalize. But to be honest, they've been the better side, so it's not really unfair. Marcelo on the left hand side, they're not really having a go at him. He looks to whip it in, tries to find Ronaldo. How the hell does Ronaldo miss that?
No, God, please, no.
Oh my days. A real Ronaldo would have scored that. I don't know what's up with this Ronaldo. And of course, that cost us the chance to go to penalties and try and salvage a win to get us to that Champions League final. But as you can tell, we've pretty much secured the league with 85 points, 9 points clear of Atletico Madrid. They crumbled towards the end. Almost like a month's worth of fixtures left. We pretty much decided to just simulate all of them and just fast forward to the end of the season. There's really nothing to play for at this moment in time because we've secured it. But I'm obviously going to show you the fixtures of the last match so we can see the league celebrations and just say goodbye to this iconic Real Madrid team for the last time in FC25 up against Real Sociedad at the Santiago Bernabeu. So Modric has the ball in the 65th minute. Not much has happened up until now. Then he looks to play Benzema, who's through on goal in a simple 1v1, and of course he was going to put that away. Finally, a goal that doesn't really mean anything from Karim Benzema. Another penalty for Ronaldo to take, goes down the middle, sends the keeper the wrong way, making it 2-0 against Real Sociedad. They should just be chill. I don't know why they're celebrating like crazy. Well, of course they're going to celebrate like crazy because we just won the league officially, which is pretty much the bare minimum, to be honest, you'd expect from this team. Like, it's such a star-studded squad, like names after names after names. One of the most legendary teams in modern football that we used. That's why I was very disappointed when we weren't even able to get to the final. But hey, it wasn't all sunshines and rainbows from the start. Again, we had the likes of Atletico Madrid to compete against, and they were performing extremely well. Both of us two went unbeaten throughout the whole season, majority of the season. Well, it wasn't until I'd say around March and April was when Atletico started to kind of drift off in form and start to lose matches, but we didn't. We were consistent throughout. And Ramos, the star boy, the star defender, the main boy, lives up there. I don't know how many La Liga titles that they have. To be fair, Real Madrid could do with more La Liga titles. Usually Barcelona during that period I was winning most of the league titles whilst they're winning the Champions League. So we switched it up for this career mode, more like a Liga winners rather than Champions League winners. But yeah, I'll take it because of course we still had Barcelona and other teams to compete against for the title as well. So it's very impressive that we went unbeaten. So there's still another historic record that we got from this video, despite not winning the Champions League. That's what really this team was known for in real life. But hey, a trophy's a trophy after all. We won 3 trophies. Yeah, like I mentioned before, we ended up going unbeaten the whole season, achieving 98 points, so close to getting 100 points, which is actually just 2 points below the highest amount that team has achieved. Yeah, so I think that's below Jose Mourinho's Real Madrid back in 2012, and also I think Pep's back in 2013 Barcelona team, where they both got 100 points. Alright, so obviously Cristiano Ronaldo was the top goal scorer with 31 goals and 36 appearances, above Antoine Griezmann as well. Diego Forlan is up there, Rafinha of course is up there, and then Gareth Bale was the 6th top goal scorer with 15 goals, very solid return. Your boy Benzi was 12 goals in La Liga as well in 26 appearances. As for the assists, our midfield was popping. Toni Kroos was the second assist, was joint top assister with Giovanni Lo Celso with 13 assists, and then Luka Modric ended up getting 12 assists as well. And then as we scrolled further down, Cristiano got 6 assists. You would have thought he would have got more based on how many goals he scored. And then Keylor Navas was the 4th most clean sheets with 9 clean sheets in the league. And of course CR7, he's not missed the Champions League for no reason. He's joint top goal scorer in the Champions League with 12 goals in 11 appearances. That's even more impressive than Haaland with 12 goals in 15 appearances. And also Bale managed to get 7 goals in 12 appearances. Very solid return as well. So let's check the squad overall. Obviously CR7, 46 goals and 7 assists in 59 appearances. So that's what, 53 goal contributions in 59 matches. That's all I'm going to say about CR7. And then Gareth Bale, 27 goals and 7 assists. Obviously these two guys were not going to disappoint. That's what, 34 goal contributions, 54 matches, brilliant return. And Benzema as well, numbers were not as great, but we all saw what he was doing, facilitating both Bale and Ronaldo. And also he scored so many big goals for us, so I can't complain. Modric, I forgot, Modric got an insane amount of assists. Not as many we saw in the games that we saw, but he must have been bossing it in those simulated matches. And then Morata actually scored quite a few goals. Again, we only saw a couple of goals in game, but again he scored a few goals in those simulated matches. Didn't play as many games as he would have hoped, but he got a good return. And then Toni Kroos, wow, 18 assists, incredible for us. and also 8 goals. Unbelievable return for the deep lying playmaker, let's not forget. And then Isco, again, he wasn't really starting all the games, but he did his thing. Very technically astute player, unreal player. And then Ramos chipped in with a few goals. Asensio, again, didn't get the game time we wanted. I know in real life in this season he played loads, way more games than that. It was a shame. Marcelo, even though 3 in 3 is not bad for fullback, this is Marcelo we're talking about. I would have thought he got more assists. And then that's pretty much it. Yeah, very disappointment return from Thibaut Real, Zidane's region. You would have thought he would have got way more goals than this. But again, he didn't really start every game, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Biggest disappointment, but that's on our behalf. James Rodriguez only was able to get 1 goal. It's just that the problem is the midfield was too stacked, so we couldn't really get him a game. Such a shame. And also, he was a number 10 as well, when we usually play with a 4-4-2 formation. So instead of us getting that Champions League trophy, it's Haaland with the Champions League trophy. Man City, Florentino won. So Ronaldo, of course, and then Ramos, and then Keylor Navas, all featured in the team of the season. I would have argued that maybe you could have put Bale in there for Rafinha. Other than that, I'd say well deserved from everyone else. You can maybe even put Cruz in there. Definitely for Ruben Garcia, I would say as well. But I'm being biased. I'm acting like Florentino Perez right there. And then wow, Griezmann actually got the Liga player of the tournament instead of Cristiano Ronaldo. Are you having a laugh, mate? You're the top scorer of the Champions League, top scorer of the Liga. You won the league with almost a record number of points, and you didn't get the player of the season. I'll just leave it right there. But yeah, this puts us to the end of the episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. And again, I don't know if you're going to watch the whole of the video, but if you do, congratulations. And also, if you got any suggestions of any videos like this, any type of legendary teams you want me to do, make sure to mention in the comments. All right, look forward to seeing you in the next video. And all right, peace out.